Hey, it's Becky with Homeschooling Olympians and a better way to homeschool. I wanted to have a conversation with you if you are a new homeschooler or if you are in a place where you are frustrated with your homeschool. And the reason is that I've been chatting with homeschoolers a lot lately, and there are so many overwhelmed and frustrated new homeschoolers that are focused on the wrong things as they are educating their kids. And so I thought it would be fun just to hop on live and to walk through a few things that if I were to be homeschooling, if I were to start over again, this is 25 years later, what would I do differently? What kinds of things would I want to speak to my younger self in order to equip her to do an even better job homeschooling her kids? And I say that because of my husband and because of his ability to cast vision for our family, because without a vision, the people perish. My husband has been the champion to make sure that we were on target to educate our kids well. But I struggled, especially in the beginning, because I had the misconception that homeschool equaled curriculum, and curriculum really has nothing to do with homeschool. So if you're new to homeschooling or if you are frustrating with homeschooling, number one, I have a crash course for you down in the descriptions. It's 18 minutes long and it'll give you a quick overview of how to homeschool with complete and total confidence. So make sure that you go ahead and you grab that. If I were to talk to my younger self, or if I'm going to talk to you as a brand new homeschooler, I'm going to encourage you to focus on the character of your kids. It's easy to get tripped up by curriculum. It's easy to look at your child and say, "Ooh, they are in this grade, and so therefore I should teach these things." But I can tell you right now with full confidence, if you do not focus on their heart and their character first, then you're just going to be spinning your wheels. And the journey to educating your kids well with incredible character is a slow journey, right? You can look at your kids right now, and typically they are rocking one area of life, but they're struggling in another area of life. So you're going to want to lean into whatever it is that they're struggling with and design practice sessions so that you are in totally rocking the character training of your kids. Some issues or challenges are trained in quickly, one day of practice and they got it. Some will linger for a very long time, like a year or 2 years. It depends on what the character quality is, right? But focus on the character of your kids first. Don't let yourself get chained to curriculum. Curriculum is simply a tool that you use to educate your kids, but it's not the only thing that you can use to educate your kids well. Back in the days, before public schools, before traditional schools, people would just teach from their library at home, and that typically meant that they had a Bible and maybe another book or 3 on their shelf, and so they would teach everything they needed from the same books over and over again. Don't feel like you need to give your kids an endless supply of books and materials to learn from, but instead slow down and go deeper, and it will help you break the chains of the actual curriculum. Now, your goal should be that by the time your kids graduate high school, you have created such a bond with them that they'll actually come and visit you when you're old. We don't want to educate our kids and then send them into the world and then never see them again. So make sure that you're focusing on the character of your kids, that you are not being chained to any curriculum, and that you're focusing on the bonds that you are the connections that you have with your kids. Those are more important than any academic endeavor. You also want to lean into the freedom that homeschool offers, right? Why do we homeschool and then find ourselves chained to the kitchen table from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon? And the kids never get outside. They never look at bugs. They never watch the clouds. You never go to the museum. No, homeschool should have this piece of freedom in it. If you're not experiencing freedom in homeschool, then I'm going to encourage you to grab that crash course, because what's the point, right? We're not just trying to school our kids, but we're trying to train them up in the way they should go. So make sure that you are experiencing the freedom that homeschool is offering. Now, you want to educate your kids with full confidence. And in order to do that, you need to know that there are just basic things that your kids need to rock before they leave your house. They need to learn to read. They need to learn to love to read, and they need to know their foundational math facts and become excellent communicators, both written form and as they are speaking. Everything else is the fertilizer that you use to reach those goals. So make sure that you are focusing on your core homeschool goals, which we talk about in the masterclass. And then, as a homeschooler, you need to be teaching from a place of rest. So important that you're not just running from one task to the next lesson, to the next thing, because you're running yourself ragged and you're running your kids ragged, and your house is missing that peace and calm that is necessary in order for you to just rock the whole homeschooling experience. So that's kind of it. I'm going to encourage you to focus. You homeschool from the inside out. You go for the heart first. You go for their character. You go for their attitude. You go for connections as far as building relationships with your kids. Oh, you still need to be the parent. They still need to do the things that are required of them. But you want to be teaching from the inside out. The academics come as you lean into the freedom that homeschool offers, and when you're teaching from a place of confidence, knowing that it's not the curriculum that educates your kids, but it's you that educates your kids. And as they get older, as you start to see the light at the end of the homeschool tunnel and you can see where the kids are headed after high school, you can start to fine tune the path and help them achieve their after high school goals. So, but until then, until they're 14 ish, you can really lean into the freedom that homeschool offers you. So that's it. That's grab your crash course in homeschool. It's only 18 minutes long, and I'm confident that it will give you an overview of the things that you need in order to homeschool with confidence. Be sure to comment, and if you're finding these videos to be of benefit for you, I'm going to encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I will see you next time.